Today, I'm going to show an event-driven architecture realized by a serverless solution hosted on the cloud. The event here is going to be a document change in a database. As a result, a function will get invoked, which will create a GitHub issue. In this demo, the serverless solution we're using is OpenWhisk hosted on the IBM BlueMix cloud. We have a simple web client that simply writes to a Cloudant instance so that the end user can create a document in the database which will cause a doc change event to be fired and trigger a GitHub issue creation action. This is the GitHub repository the issue will be created in. I'm going to use the OpenWhisk command line interface, which I have configured here to connect to the OpenWhisk instance on the BlueMix cloud. What I also have is a package binding to an database instance also on the cloud. So now everything I do is going to be talking to the OpenWhisk instance and using this database instance. I also have a action activation poll which will show us what's going on, monitoring the OpenWhisk activities. Here is my Node.js implementation of an action. I want to simply create a GitHub issue. The issue will be created with a title, either passed in from the argument or a default title. For the description of the issue, either passed in by the argument or default value. Nothing else. But because this is a Node.js application with dependencies, what we needed to do first is to zip it up. Now we can use the OpenWhisk command line to actually create an action. So this action is called GitHub issue action. Action is created from the demo zip and it is a Node.js application. Now my action is created. We can go ahead and test it by simply invoke the GitHub issue action. This is showing it's created. So if we look at the repository, the new issue is created by serverless. So we know the action is created successfully. Next, we're going to create a trigger. The trigger we're creating here is called a doc trigger. It takes the feed from this database instance changes, and the name of the database is mysampledb. Now we want to go ahead and create a whisk rule doc rule simply to hook up the trigger with the action. Now we have a rule and a trigger to link the trigger with the action. We can actually go to our web interface, start to create a new document. Once we do that, see if a new issue created. Now a new issue is created. But as you can see, the data we entered here, hello world, is not used by this issue title or description. To solve that, we're going to create a new whisk action. This new action is a sequence action. A sequence action is something that can hook up two different actions side by side. So it'll do a read first, and then before it triggers the GitHub issue action, so that it'll read the document and take the data to create the GitHub issue. Now all we need to do is to recreate the rule with this new action. Now, if we it's a GitHub issue is created with the title hello, with the body Oscan. Thank you for watching.